Hey, just a quick video on the Respawn RSP 110 and some of the issues that I'm finding with the chair, and I've only had it a couple weeks. One of them is the arms are loose. So if you've installed your chair, you know how to take the bolts out. Well, I did it ahead of time just to make the video a little easier. And then after you get this off of here, take your bolts out and wiggle the thing and see how much play is in your hole there. You know, the extended thing for the grommet. It's got a little thing on the chair itself that sits in there. Well, they're sloppy. They made them either this got made wrong or that got made wrong, but they don't match. The pin that this sits on is smaller than the hole. A lot of people came up with using tape, but tape's you know, at best a minimal fix. It's going to last a couple weeks, and you're going to keep taping it, and eventually you're going to, you know, have stock and tape. What I did is I took, and I had these anyways from a project I was doing. I don't know if I can get it to come in where you can actually see it. Apologize for that. I'm a newbie, you know. You can see that. Well, there. But what it is it's
link in the bottom.
It's a hyper tough 11-inch stainless steel cable ties. And what they look like is, this is part of one that's a lot longer than this, but what you're going to be using is just the metal. Here's the tie part to tie it. Well, you're not going to use that. You're going to take this here, and on each arm you're going to find the inside where the thing is loose, and you're going to take and you're going to wrap it in here until you get like a turn, and well, you know, determine how much you'll need by how much your thing is sloppy. Mine has almost 2 turns in here of this metal, so I wrapped it in here twice and cut it and stuck the end in there, and then actually used the cutters to help get this in the right shape. And I don't know how much that's showing up, but there's actually a, you know, you can see there's this metal insert now. Maybe I can move it. Yeah, see, now you might be able to see it a little bit. See, and now it's like my own bushing. Well, Walmart don't. I guess Walmart doesn't sell the hyper tough 11-inch stainless steel tie.
Nope.
But
you can get them out.
Looking at this tie, and just make sure you get, you know, it could be a little thicker. It actually could be about double this, but they usually come like this. They'll usually come with an end on it like that. So get yourself, you know, you only need 2 of them, 1 for each side. So after you put the metal in on both of these inserts, like I said, you take this, and this will help you get that smooth, because when you get it in there, there's going to be some, once you cut it, you put it in there, it's going to be kind of like a piece just sticking in there. So you go like this on both of them, you know, pretty basic. Get them where they're smooth like that. Then of course you got to get off the chair, which sucks because then you got to get off the chair. So then you put this, and you got to make sure that you test fit it first, of course, because you got to make sure both sides fit. So there's that side, and there's that side. And before I did this, when you went like this on either one of these, there would be like at least a 1/4 inch of play back and forth. This doesn't have any play at all now. It doesn't move at all.
Show the other side.
Well, I'm talking about, well, the other side's already done. There's really nothing to show on it, but see, I always check both of them. I check them separately to see if I actually got the play out of here. But if you can see, if I put this on here, this one here goes there. And I don't know how well you can see it, but there's absolutely no play. But before you do this little bod, you're going to have 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch of play, and eventually you're gonna find that it runs into a problem. So the chair itself is gonna have some squeaks and stuff. This is a project of maybe a couple more mods coming out, because I don't quite know exactly how to fix a couple of them. And thank God there's a few people like me that actually decided to make a video so people could have something to go by. But yeah, don't go cheap and with the black electrical tape, because you're just gonna, you're gonna bind too when you're trying to go up and down. That tape ain't gonna want to ride smooth. You're on there, your body weight, you go to push it back and forth, you're just gonna bind. Well, with this metal, instead of riding on the plastic that was 1/8 inch loose, it's going to ride on that tight metal, stainless steel, against probably another stainless steel piece. Should be good to go. And then most people will probably grab their cordless drill. I don't know, for some reason I didn't grab mine, so I'm just putting it together, like you would when you built it.
You got a T-ratchet.
Yeah, I got a T-ratchet system. Actually works pretty good. A DeWalt even, kind of nice because it's got.
A beautiful girlfriend of yours purchased.
Oh yeah, my beautiful girlfriend in the background purchased it for me. So hopefully you guys can hear that and tell her thanks, because without her, I wouldn't be able to show you this mod. And trust me, I've had it 2 weeks and it's already was starting to bother me. Now if I can just figure out, I'm probably going to end up having to replace the cylinder, because the cylinder, everything's tight except for where the cylinder is meets the other part of the shaft. It wobbles back and forth, so therefore the chair does this. Well, I suppose I gotta get this back together first, but let me get this together and then I'll show you what the chair does. I've had this one in a little bit already. Jeez, I'm slacking, people, I'm slacking. Here we go. We'll go the faster way. That's what's nice about these T-wrenches. You can just, instead of ratcheting them, you can just... Boy, I hate that when you got that last little bit to do and you can't get the damn tool back in the stupid end. Ugh. And I don't recommend you doing this at home. I'm a trained professional. When you tighten these, be careful. If you come and try to work on anything I tighten, I'll guarantee you're going to have to say, hey, can you loosen this for me? See, now that's tight. Now I can show you maybe, but watch. And that's just the movement that's in the shaft, because this would be picking up the chair. But yeah, look how much movement there is. After 2 weeks, I weigh 275 pounds, which is right at the borderline. Well, don't say you can hold 275 if you really mean 250. All I know is I'm thinking about getting hold of the company, because I think they should send me out another cylinder, and then I'll 3D print a sleeve that can go onto the shaft that's small, so when it's in there, instead of just having the one spot that it's going to be held into, it'll have another one where it'll be the size of the shaft and then it'll be the size of the cylinder. And I'll put that on the shaft as I reinstall it. Therefore, it shouldn't have any problems, because it'll always have that thing in there with the ability to keep the end of it from flopping back and forth. Because right now what's happening is the shaft's in there, carries all the way up, and when you go like this, the inside of it where that fucking shaft is, even though it's all the way up, it's loose right there. It's not a tight fit. Should have been like almost should have been a bearing setup is what it should have been, but we're talking $149 chair. So all in all, I'm liking the chair. I just figured, and I never do mod videos or repair videos, but I wanted you guys to be able to, I don't know, because I didn't have a lot to go with. There wasn't too many, but now that's pretty good. You should see it when you put it together without them things in there. And of course it still works. It should, I hope. Now watch, it'll prove me wrong. Yeah, I know I look more than 275, Camera does that to a guy. But yeah, seeing it's way more stabler. Before, when it went like that, this thing would be rocking all over. And then I got mine set up to where when I come up and release it, it don't come up. I got it set tight so that I gotta go like that to bring it up. Because it won't, if you don't do that, it won't hold if you're 275. You'll just go backwards.